Hello, this is Toshi Mezzo-soprano Music Director of the Eastern Connecticut Symphony Orchestra. We have a wonderful concert coming up. It's on Saturday, March 30th at 7:30 at the Garde Art Center in New London. And the program consists of Strauss's Don Juan and Di Vittorio Sea Fanfare and Brahms' Second Symphony and Mahler's Lieders, eines fahrenden Gesellen. Song of Wayfarer, I guess, is something like that in English. And for this special piece, we have a guest today, Ivy Walz. Welcome.
Thank you, Toshi. It's so great to be here and so nice to see you.
See you again. I have to tell our audience that we have already performed many times with my other orchestra, Orchestra of the Southern Finger Lakes, and while you were professor at the Ithaca College there. And my favorite mezzo, I would say.
Oh,
And we've always talked about performing together with my other orchestras. So this is opportunity came through.
that's right.
So audience is not familiar with you so much, and after the performance, they will be. But would you mind giving us some background of yours and what are you doing now as well?
Sure, absolutely. Well, yeah, it's such an honor to perform with you on this upcoming concert. And I guess if I talk a little bit about this piece, it points to my background. I started off performing and studying. I actually am an alum of Ithaca College. I have a music education and performance background. And I think I found my voice as a mezzo-soprano a little bit later than perhaps some singers do. And one of my favorite singers and icons was Janet Baker, Dame Janet Baker. And so I actually discovered these pieces by listening to her as I was trying to understand my own instrument. Um, but I've performed quite a bit of opera, oratorio, art song, chamber music over the last, gosh, 20, 25 years. And and I've also had a background in teaching. So I started off teaching in the public school setting early on, and then became a studio teacher, and later realized that the best way for me to sort of continue to sing and teach in my own personal way was at the university level. So that was when I pursued my doctorate from the College Conservatory of Music. And from there was very fortunate enough to gain a full-time position at my alma mater at Ithaca College. I was there for over 10 years, had a lovely, lovely time teaching there, and eventually emerged into administration where I am now. So, as musicians, we wear many, many hats. So now I just have this added hat on where I'm still teaching, singing, and now I have this larger position of administration. And I'm currently at Texas Tech University at the College of Visual and Performing Arts. One of the best things about my roles currently is that I am on the voice faculty at Texas Tech. So I'll be teaching starting in the fall, and have already been performing a little bit down here as I acclimate to my new role.
Great.
And the best thing I think about my new role is that I get to support the fabulous faculty here in terms of their research and initiatives, and see all the things that they're doing, and promoting what they do here. So it's a very exciting place to be.
Seems like a really ideal situation. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Although we at the Finger Lakes area was missing you very much.
I miss you all very, very much. Even just thinking about it, it's like, oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that's my
But
home.
we get to perform together now in
That's right.
Africa. This is a great thing in the world, in a way. And so, yeah, you have mentioned the Mahler piece. Would
Yes.
you tell us uh, about this great uh, song cycle, so to say?
Sure. Sure, absolutely. So it's his earliest song cycle, and it was, if you're familiar with Symphony Number 1, his first symphony, then you'll hear themes that were later put into that symphony. Some of the most beautiful themes, in my opinion, in Mahler's music, maybe because I have such a connection with his art songs. Interestingly, he composed his own texts to this, which is not very common for a composer to do, especially in the Germanic tradition. And I like to think of it as a true cycle. You know, it's really talking about, it opens with loss. It opens with a song really about grief. I think of it as the "I'm so sad, I'm going to go into my room and cry now" piece. Very sad.
Love sickness, yeah.
Yes, very just love
Yeah.
sickness and sadness and perhaps some youth. I think a youthful perspective in that first piece. And then the second piece, you know, with the Germanic tradition, we have so many images of nature comforting us always. And in the second piece, this really comes to life in a true way. It's really a song of joy and comfort through little birds singing, and you hear
Yeah.
birds in the orchestra and feeling that comfort from being in nature and feeling that the world is so big that it's fine. My loss is smaller than the whole world. Then we go back, we go back into despair. The third song is probably, I guess it's a little bit violent. I mean, singing
Yeah.
about,
Yeah.
you know, sort of this like burning knife of pain in your
Yeah.
chest, right? And how you're just feeling like you can't go on with that pain. And it's very dramatic, right? It's a very dramatic piece in terms of that setting. And then the fourth piece is again sort of coming to a resolution, singing about the two blue eyes of my love and how I see them everywhere, and I just can't get rid of this image, and it's perplexing because it's reminding me of my past love. But we do come back to some resolution around with nature again, you know, lying under the linden tree and just feeling that it will be okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's it in a snapshot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it has a kind of a conflict and resolution in the thing.
I think so.
And
Yeah. I
it's
mean,
kind of
that
an
tension.
it is autobiographical in a way. Because
Yes,
about him
absolutely.
in the journey. And journey is that he traveled himself to conduct everywhere
Yeah.
in different town, and he's still thinking about this lady he fell in love but didn't work out,
Yeah.
you know? Yeah. But this was a pre-Alma Mahler, so
Mm. Yes, this was pre-Alma Mahler, who I
right.
also love.
Yeah. So,
Yes.
yeah. So, but it's a great work, and I have only done once. Last time was like 15 years ago,
Okay.
and singers are not very good. It was almost like a student, but I have complete confidence in you because every time I perform with you, you are so prepared, confident, and so
Oh,
artistic, inspiring. I have nothing to worry about performing
oh,
with you. And it's going to be like this again. It was Mala. I know that.
thank you. And I feel the same way whenever I perform with you. I just know we're right there together. And
The
yes,
experience of performing together really counts. So that's what our Connecticut audience could, I think, experience.
I think so.
Our concert on Saturday, March 30th, 7:30 at the Garde Arts Center. Are there anything else you'd like to mention to our audience?
Sure. I guess, you know, especially since considering the region we're from, a connection I was thinking about is a couple of years ago, I had the privilege of performing at the Sembrich at Bolt Landing, and they have on this property these little huts where you can go and make music along the lake. And I just wanted to say that it inspired me thinking about Mahler's composing huts.
Yeah, yeah, right.
And so I think it's something really special when we think about Mahler's music, how is it is so expansive and so colorful and sometimes, you know, as a performer, you can feel almost engulfed in it. But to remind ourselves that he has these intimate spaces and these intimate spaces of thought and in music that we can come to. So that's a fun thought I wanted to share.
Very well said. And he never wrote opera, but he loved voices.
Yes.
And yeah, it really shows his passion in this piece. And so lucky that we get to perform with you.
I'm
And
so lucky.
looking very much forward to it. And enjoy the life in Texas, and we'll see you soon.
Okay, looking forward to seeing you very soon.
Thank you. Bye
Okay,
bye.
bye-bye.